The studio lights glowed warmly across the set of the Kelly Clarkson show. The audience buzzed with excitement, their chatter blending into a soft hum as cameras moved into place. Kelly Clarkson, smiling brightly as always, sat ready on the edge of her chair. Behind the warmth in her eyes, though, was focus. The crew had spent weeks preparing for this moment because today's guest was Jennifer Lopez, global star, singer, actress, and business powerhouse. The air was thick with anticipation, but underneath it all, there was a quiet tension only a few could feel. As the stage manager gave the cue, Kelly leaned forward, hands clasped. The audience burst into cheers as Jennifer stepped out, dazzling in a sharp white suit that gleamed under the lights. She moved with practiced ease, every motion deliberate. Her smile was graceful but measured. The women shared a quick hug, more polite than warm, and sat down. The crowd settled, waiting for Kelly's trademark light-hearted chatter. But the energy felt slightly off, like a note played just out of tune. "Jennifer, it's so great to have you here," Kelly began, cheerful but curious. "You've been everywhere. New music, new films, that Super Bowl show. How do you keep up?" It was an easy opening, but Jennifer's response was brisk. "You just do," she said with a tight smile, crossing her legs. "You push through. That's the grind." The audience laughed softly, but Kelly noticed the deflection. She leaned in, voice still friendly but probing. "Sure, but how do you balance it all? Family, career, spotlight. What's your secret?" Jennifer's expression flickered, a flash of irritation gone as quickly as it came. "No secret," she said coolly. "You make choices. You prioritize. Not everyone gets that." The air seemed to tighten. Kelly's smile faltered slightly. The audience didn't catch the shift, but the crew did. Kelly tapped the arm of her chair. "Choices, huh? Interesting. What choices have you been making lately?" The question sounded harmless, but Jennifer stiffened, adjusting her jacket. "People know what I've been doing," she replied curtly. "Music, movies, brand work. It's all out there." Kelly nodded slowly. "Right. But personally, you've always shared about your family, your kids, your relationships. Anything new?" The question landed like a trap. Jennifer's jaw clenched, the studio air growing heavy. "That's not what I'm here to talk about," she said firmly. The audience shifted in their seats, sensing something. Kelly tried to steer things back. "Fair enough," she said smoothly. "Let's talk about the album. It feels really personal, like you're working through something." "Want to share?" Jennifer leaned forward slightly, her voice calm but sharp. "Kelly, not every song is a diary entry. Sometimes it's just art." The quiet cut through the room. Kelly froze mid-smile. The director signaled for a break, but Kelly waved it off. The tension was alive now, too real to ignore. "I get that," Kelly said softly, though her tone was firm. "But fans connect with your story. They feel it." Jennifer's laugh rang out. Short, sharp, almost bitter. The crowd didn't know whether to laugh or stay silent. Kelly's smile tightened as she leaned back. "Okay, let's pivot," she said. "Your album's powerful, raw energy. You wrote some songs during an intense time, right? What inspired that?" Jennifer's cool stare returned. "You keep circling my personal life," she said quietly but firmly. "I'm here to talk about my work." "That's what matters," the audience murmured. Kelly's eyes widened, then she smiled to cover it. "Fair point," she said, lifting her hands playfully. "I just know fans love the stories behind your songs, like Break the Silence. That one's intense." "What sparked it?" Jennifer's expression hardened. "Life. Struggle. Things you don't always talk about," she said, voice low. "You of all people should understand that." The jab hit its mark. Kelly's face shifted, her smile cracking for a moment. The crowd caught it this time. A collective hush spread. "I do understand," Kelly said evenly. "I've had my own challenges. That's why I ask. People relate to honesty." "Maybe," Jennifer replied coldly. "But not everything needs to be public." Kelly tilted her head. "True, but when you're in the spotlight, people want to know the real you." Jennifer's gaze sharpened. "You think you know me because of headlines. You don't!" Kelly's tone turned firmer. "I'm not saying I do, but fans want that connection. That's what this show's about." The tension was visible now. The director gestured for a break again, but Kelly motioned to keep going. She leaned in. "You've always been open, Jennifer. Why hold back now?" Jennifer's voice dropped. Because not every moment belongs to the world. The audience fell silent. Kelly nodded slightly. I get it, she said, though her tone hinted she didn't plan to stop. But you're here to share your work, and people want to understand the heart behind it. Jennifer exhaled sharply. They get the work. That's enough. The quiet between them felt endless. Kelly smiled tightly. You want real? Jennifer interrupted suddenly, her voice rising. Let's talk about how you twist things. You push for emotion, make it about drama. Kelly blinked, caught off guard. That's not fair, she said, her voice rising. I'm just doing my job. The audience gasped. Jennifer leaned forward. Then stop pretending it's about connection. It is, Kelly snapped, her patience slipping. I connect with people. That's why this show works. Jennifer's jaw tightened. Respect goes both ways. And I've shown you nothing but, Kelly shot back, her tone cold now. The silence that followed was electric. Let's move on, Kelly finally said, forcing composure. Your new fashion line, it's bold. Tell me about it. Jennifer's lips curved slightly. It's about owning who you are, she said. No apologies. Maybe something you could try. The audience erupted. Kelly forced a laugh. Oh, I own who I am, she said coolly. But connection is my brand. That's why you're here. Jennifer's tone turned icy. I'm here to share my work, not my life. The crowd buzzed, sensing the climax. Nobody said you owe anything, Kelly said tightly. But stepping here means giving a piece of yourself. That's the deal. Jennifer stood abruptly, her chair scraping the floor. I don't make deals with my life, she said sharply. I'm not here to feed headlines. The audience roared, some cheering, others gasping. The crew froze, unsure what to do. Kelly rose too, her voice shaking slightly. Jennifer, wait. Let's talk this through. Jennifer turned toward the wings, her mic still clipped. You've said enough for both of us, she said coldly. Handle it? I've handled this business for decades. The director urged the cameras to keep rolling. Jennifer faced Kelly one last time. This isn't about connection. It's about your moment. I'm not your story. Then she unhooked her mic, letting it fall. I'm done playing. She walked off stage to the sound of gasps and applause, leaving Kelly standing under the bright lights, eyes wide, lips pressed tight. The studio was a storm of whispers. Kelly took a slow breath, forcing a calm smile. Well, she said, her voice steady but raw, that was unexpected. Nervous laughter rippled through the crowd. We'll take a quick break, she added, signaling to cut. The lights dimmed. Offstage chaos erupted. Jennifer strode through the hallway, ignoring her team's questions. She crossed a line, she muttered, grabbing her phone. In Kelly's dressing room, silence reigned. It wasn't supposed to go that way, she said quietly, running a hand through her hair. I just wanted something real. Her producer nodded, already planning damage control. Hours later, when the episode aired, the internet exploded. Clips spread like wildfire, fans taking sides. Kelly scrolled through reactions, unreadable. The show had its viral moment, but at a cost neither woman expected.